It says I'm live, but I don't think I am yet. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm here. Can everybody hear me? What up? Yes, you are live. Very cool. Thank you, everybody, very much for showing up. I appreciate it. It's something I want to give a shot doing. Ted off the hook outdoors does his live bait making. Something I want to give a shot, and I think it could be cool. Don't really have much of an agenda today. I don't know how long this is going to go. I need to make a few baits. Actually, the only thing I need to do today is make a few of these jigs up. I'm going to send them over to Ted off the hook. He's going to send me some of his plastics, and we're going to work together a little bit on some of that. So I see Shane Flint. What's up, buddy? James Crankin Yankin, Bogley. What's up, guys? Outdoor Conquest. What's up, Lucas? So I got the camera set up. I think they're a little funky. It's actually just one camera. StreamYard wants like $40 a month to have a second camera to do like a top-down thing. Yeah, these got to be real popular before I let that happen. So, anyway. Right now, it's got the lead pot heating up. I'm probably going to start off with some of the EWG net heads that I like. When I do sell them, they're some of my bigger sellers. And they're great. They don't get snagged on stuff. A little delay, not bad. Okay. Is that an audio delay? Because Lucas had mentioned that before. How much? Luke, I'm still working on all the pricing. Right now, it's sitting at $6 for a 5-pack. Let's see. There we go. Now that people know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, the cost of everything just skyrocketed. The hooks, I used to buy these hooks for somewhere around the 11 cents a piece mark, and they've almost doubled in the last 4 months. So pricing is a little weird. Some things that'll just depend a lot on, like my little football swing jigs. That'll depend a lot on like what hook you want. Recently, I got crazy deal on these 6-cent stout hooks. I mean, just an unbeatable deal. So if people want these with the football jigs, I'll be able to offer those up at a real good price. Because selling my jigs is definitely something I want to focus on a little bit more this year. It's the shipping that sucks. Yeah, you're right, brother. Yes, it is. That is also crazy. I use pirate ship, so I do everything from home. I print out my own labels and everything. But yeah, it's still crazy. I'm working on a website too. And that's one of the biggest issues I'm having with the website is it allows the product to look okay. And it's a pretty easy shopping experience. The biggest problem is when it comes to shipping. It really won't let me make a fair shipping method. And I'm having a hard time with that. And again, sorry about the eye contact, kind of looking up and down and all around. This is the best spot for the camera to see me and what I'm doing, but I got the laptop here, iPad up there, so when I'm doing the jigs, I still see you guys talking. Let's see. I thought I missed some people. Let me catch up real quick. Mike's here, trying to watch from Trader Joe's. They don't allow me in there. What's up, Mike? One man up. Thank you for joining. The Michigan Fisherman. Very cool. I really do appreciate you guys taking time. I know it's a weird time on a Saturday. I appreciate you guys taking the time to pop in. Make me a few packs. What does it say? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Right now, payment, I have a PayPal account. And anybody who's placed an order for me in the past knows I send you a legitimate invoice. Something people don't know about me is that I am legitimately a corporation. I pay taxes and all that fun stuff. So everything's pretty much on the up and up with me, business-wise. So I have to, like if I do giveaways of any kind of my baits, those get written off as far as marketing budgets and things like that. Let's see who else. Shannon, what's up, buddy? Yeah, who would have thought? Let's see. What else am I missing? Yes, actually, James, I just started. I think I have a few made. Hold up. I do. See, James is asking if I make crappie jigs. What I make is kind of an all-around panfish jig. And I started making these to match up with Ted's slab bombs off the hook outdoors. I had a really cool little plastic. But I started making these. Let's see. Probably way too detailed for a crappie jig, but here you go, James. So the one I'm holding up is a 1/0 hook and a 1/8 ounce black jig head. Those are 3-dimensional eyes, and they do have, if you can see it, a little wire plastic keeper. So I've put these to the test pretty good in the last month or so. And so far, my favorite size seems to be the 3/32. And so they're a lot of work because you got to, make them and paint them, and then the 3D eyes. And then I use Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails. A lot of women and your wives probably have the stuff. They put it on their nails, but it works great for sealing in the eyes. And even though I super glue them in, this really fills in all the crevices. So you can cast these things for a while. And in most cases, I'm using Mustad hooks or VMC. Indiana Chris is in here. I missed that. I'm sorry. Just buy enough to get free shipping. That's what I did. Yeah, Brian, when you made the purchase, that was something I was doing. Unfortunately, I have to raise that limit in order to do the free shipping. So I don't know. I mean, I'll still offer it, but I don't know how worth it it'll be. I got to figure all that out. That's actually the hardest part is the pricing of this stuff. It's really because, I know who I'm selling it to. I'm selling it to you guys. And I'm not trying to, first off, I'm not trying to get rich off this. And I'm, not trying to rip anybody off at the same time. Russell, buddy, what's up? RWA Fishing. Very cool. Thank you for joining me. Caro, hey, what's going on? Shannon wants to know, how do you get a wrench? I figured it out once. That's how you get one. And I wrenched like the first 5 or 6 people, and then I forgot how to do it. I am, as you know, not that computer savvy. Let's see. Everybody's just saying hi to everybody. That's very cool. Let's see. Roadside, yeah. I got my garage door open. That's actually where I'm doing all this. And I do plan eventually. I swung these doors open, and I noticed it kind of blocks some stuff. So what I might do is do like a hang, like a banner or something back there. Kind of what Ted does. That looks pretty great. Yeah, I have an S corporation, Ted. The best part about it is that all the stuff you see, any fishing gear you see me buy, a lot of that can be written off, which is kind of cool, including my cell phones and stuff like that. I mean, this isn't a business meeting, but fun fact about me, I did go to college, believe it or not, and I did study business when I was there. And I paid off my student loans all by myself like a big boy. But yeah, the taxes, that can kill her. That can definitely kill her. That was good. I'm glad you like them. In fact, James got my first batch of my tube jigs that I got this mold. I use primarily, so far, 100% do it molds. And I got this tube jig mold on eBay for just dirt cheap. Absolutely dirt cheap. And I don't fish tubes, not for any special reason. It just never really came up. So I sent a few to James. And he says they don't look too bad in the water. So I'm waiting for him to hook a few and see if he likes them. Yeah. Garbage day. Now, hopefully that won't be too loud or too much. But it's going to happen, unfortunately, with the door open. Yeah, I hope everybody saw the Small Water Charters live last night. What a blast, man. We had some good times. Lots of great prizes given out. Everybody's blowing smoke at me. I appreciate y'all. Gotta let Joe catch up in the chat. Yeah, remember, Joe was still a rookie at this, and I thought I'd be pouring jigs by now, to be honest. So let's see. Some wrench jokes. Just click logo and add moderator. I think, yeah, but I have to do it on the YouTube side, right? And that's up there. It's a little sketchy. Hey, Jailbait. Welcome. Thank you. Yep. Yep. But we all know that. And speaking of which, if anybody wants to drop any links, I know I got a few mods in here that can drop some links. I got a tube mold for you, James. Okay, well, there you go. So I'll have to see if my size tube jigs will work with the tube mold you picked up. I did like the gavel idea you mentioned last night. I didn't see that until I rewatched the live. That was pretty cool. They look great in the water. Need to get back in the boat and really try them out. Yeah, I'll be curious. Once you catch a couple fish, I'll be curious to see how everything holds up. Yeah. No one knows who that is anymore, Russell. I actually caught an episode of I looked at the bug of Looney Tunes not too long ago, but long enough, and they made a lot of changes. It's strange. Oh, what's up, Glenn? All right, I'm all caught up now, so I'm gonna pour some jigs because that's primarily what we're here for, and I want to see how everything works out. So you guys let me know down here in the chat if you can still hear me. If the audio is in fact halfway decent, I got one of those blue snowball mics hanging right above my head. Seems to sound okay, through testing and stuff. Minnesota size mold I need. Okay, yeah, man, we'll get in touch because I don't. I can make. We'll take that offline. I'll show you what we got. Somebody said I had 2 guns. Cancel culture. I'm only packing 1 at the moment. It's I live in a decent area of South Florida, so 1 gun is enough for me right now. Everything looks and sounds great. Thanks, Shannon. All right. So the first thing I want to do is, like I said before, some of these EWG molds. That was hot. You almost catch me burn the heck out of myself. Let's skim all this junk off the top. Now, again, today I don't have a whole lot of, as far as an agenda goes, but in a couple of weeks, I'm going to showcase a new mold that I just picked up. It just came in the mail. I don't know if I'm going to do it next weekend. I don't know if these are, back to back would be any good or not, but but definitely in a couple of weeks, I'll probably do the showcase of the new mold. And I think during that one, I'll see if I can't promote it a little bit better and, maybe do a giveaway of some of the new jigs from the new mold, that kind of thing. So keep your eyes out for that. So this is those EWGs. I can't really tip it up and show you, but the best part about these is how quick they are, because that's it. I just put 2 hooks in the mold and we're good to go. Let's see. We go 5/32 and 3/16. I just poured them and they're already solidified. Another fun part about this, if you ever seen anybody do the soft plastics like Ted, it takes them a while to cool. But there you go. I mean, that's that. There we go. And we can actually, let's see. I'm trying to burn myself. We can actually fish that basically. Once I cut the screw off as is. But we're probably going to paint a few today too. So there we go. We cut off the screw. Still can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. And then we'll paint that. That was a 3/16 and 5/32. It takes some, getting used to on my part too. I'm not doing this with an audience. Not used to doing this with an audience. Let's see. What did I miss since the last one? Yeah, no, I did. I did the safety first thing. In fact, I actually bought myself a little propane torch because the heat gun's a little loud, but the torch is a little unsafe in the small section. So we're gonna we're gonna hold off on that. Listening while I drive. Will Carol please drive safely? That's not what I said. Oh, I said snowball. There's a microphone called a snowball. Do you have a pour pot, you lucky dog? If this is what you mean by a pour pot, yeah, I love these little gravity feed jobs. It's actually the exact same one I had when I was a kid. That's how I got into lead in the first place. My father and I used to walk up and down Sunrise Boulevard and pick up the lead weights that were like thrown from tires, and we'd melt them down and make all our own ammo. Back in those days, I was a competition shooter, so we loaded all our own ammo, and that's how I got a lot of it. That would be a heck of a trick. Yeah. I'm still kind of going through the logistics of how that would work. Yes, and they're blue. Hey, y'all know. Oh, I'm so grateful to have friends in this chat. This is fantastic. And if you aren't part of the the usual group and you're just popping in here, yeah, heads up. This is definitely. I'm going to categorize this as probably not going to be family friendly, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I know everybody has different rules on their lives. For my lives, if you like the word subscribe, use that word. If you like hook set, have at it. Keep it within reason as far as what you're going to say inside. Try to keep it somewhat respectful. Don't go at each other or nothing. But otherwise, we're in good shape. 3:45, which will be long after I'm done here. There'll be a premiere on Small Water Charter's channel. Go check that out. There we go. About 5 packs of these guys and slam the small. Yeah, you did. And actually, I was thrilled that they worked so well for you. The hooks, the only hooks that are available for these EWGs are made by Victory, which is Do It now. I believe they're the same thing. Unless you go off to some like on eBay, they have bait makers who just bend their own hooks. But I get nervous when there's not a lot of options, for what hooks I can use, because if you're stuck using one and it's no good, that kind of stinks. But no, I was watching. Those are big smallies you were pulling in too, and you weren't changing them out too often. So that was pretty great. And the hook never bent. Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, I know that a lot of you are going to buy stuff from me just to support me, and I appreciate that. That's awesome. But if I can provide you with a decent product at the same time, that one support purchase will turn into, hey, I need to call Joe and get some more jigs. That's the ultimate goal of that. Oh, cool. Yeah, apparently these are a big hit in Michigan, which is awesome. Watching from Australia. What's up, Ben in Australia? Thank you so much. 6:14 in the morning. That's you shouldn't be awake even for me, but I do appreciate you, bro. Yes, it does. Okay, we'll skip that one real quick. No torch. Yep. I have the torch, but I did a couple test runs painting with the torch before I did all this, and it was scorching paint. I need a little more time with that first, I think. You guys are a blast, man. That's cool, bro. I appreciate you stopping in very much. And y'all drop your links in here and get some other people to drop some links. That way we can all expand. Now we got to be on our best behavior. Best behavior. Hi, Mom. And that's legit my mother. So y'all behave. She's watching. Hey, 14 thumbs up. That's pretty great. I will take that. Like I said, I truly didn't know what to expect. A big shout out to John and Lindy for letting me plug last night during their live. Another thing I want to get for this is some kind of a riser. But we're good enough for now. In one of my videos, somebody asked me if I just throw that sprue back in the pot, and the answer to that is yes. That's the sprue, the little part I just cut off, and that just goes right back in the lead pot. And it all remelts. There's very, very little waste with this stuff, which is pretty cool. Let's see. That's right. Hi, Joe's mom. That's right. Y'all be nice. Unfortunately, she is my mom, and yeah, she knows straight up that's not where I'll be with you. But let's see. No, Ma, no, you. They know what to expect from me, so do you. You see, that used to be a punishment. Now, yes, please send me to my room. That'd be awesome. No TV, no nothing, right? Just that'd be great. What's up, buddy? See, I think I'm already learning something. I'm going to bring people up here with me so they can kind of read the chat to me while I make jigs. Otherwise, I'm not going to get any jigs made. All right, Ma, you're a big head. Everybody's saying hi. And so far, the weather's holding out too. I was worried it was going to rain. You know, that weather app, you can't trust it. But it went from a like a 70 something percent chance. Now it's down to like an 11. Go. If you're wondering that, that's just a muffin tin. I've got all the little circles in there labeled. And yes, my wife knows I took it. Oh, see, the chat doesn't automatically move on here. So I thought y'all were just being quiet. Oops. So let's see what else I missed. I'm glad you like it. Oh, okay. So there we go. Wife's watching from the living room. Appreciate that, honey. I made sure everybody knew that, you know, I have your tin and you're good with it. Okay, brother, I'm actually, I'm going to do that real quick. In fact, here. Let's see. Give me 1 second. All right, John, you should got that. Aw. See what that works. This outdoor community, we're all like that. You know, we respect our parents. Our parents support us. It's good stuff. Hey, John, I sent you the link, bro. No worries, man. No worries. Yeah, please put on clothes first. Yeah, I don't even know what else to talk about. So this is the EWG Midwest Finesse. I've got the regular standard Midwest Finesse jig with the open hook design. I still use those, even though I have the weedless version. I still use the open hook design as well. Still has its place, especially the bite's a little more finicky. I kind of like that exposed hook. And if you can use lighter gear too, one thing I've noticed with the EWG version is you got to set that hook a little bit tougher. In order to get a hook set. Yes, we're all hoping John puts on some pants. We are all hoping. There you go. See, there you go. Well, this one makes the jigs, Russell. What else I got? I got swim bait heads. I think that's actually the first bait, like the first jig making video I ever did on my channel was the swim bait head, and that thing still to this day gets like I think every 28-day cycle, I look at my analytics, and it's still in the top 5. That is a pretty awesome video. Apparently, I thought the video itself I thought was pretty bad. I was still new at this. Not that I'm good at it now, but I was still new at it before. And I don't know. Apparently, it's good information at least. Then I got a swim jig. That's called a poison tail jig, but I use it as a swim jig. It's got a brush guard and all that good stuff. What are we asking me here? How do you like the light wire jigs? How do I like the light wire jigs? You mean like I don't know what you mean. Elaborate, Ted. Help me out. I'm not sure 100% what you mean, bro. You mean light wire hooks that I use? Because some of these are pretty light wire, like for those crappie jigs. But then I got some pretty stout ones too. Like that's a pretty decently stout hook. It's not. Let's see where I'm at. There we go. Nothing crazy, but stout enough. Stouter than what I normally would use. Light wire hooks. Yeah, I like them. It depends on the hook. Like I said, I use primarily VMC and Mustad, but let's see. I think I have VMC Eagle Claw. I got some Eagle Claws too. And actually, of the light wire version, some of the Eagle Claws are some of my favorite. They're relatively inexpensive, but they're really good for light wire. These Victory hooks seem to be holding up pretty well. And, I can use Owner and Gamakatsu and all that stuff, but they get really pricey. And again, part of this is trying to give you a quality product, but also keep the price somewhat reasonable so you'd want to buy another one. And even the cost of the inexpensive hooks has just skyrocketed lately. for whatever reason, we'll say. Shane wants 4-0 and 3-4. Yeah, try that again. No editing when you go live. 4-0 and 3-0 EWG netheads. Can I do those sizes? The answer is yes and no. I absolutely can do those sizes, but I would have to buy the mold to do it. Those size hooks won't fit in this EWG mold. Molds aren't crazy expensive for this, for those who don't know. Anywhere from like 45 to 65 bucks, depending on the mold. I was at 337. But so I guess if there was a big enough call for it, I would absolutely go for that. At that point, it almost becomes a shaky head when you're using a hook that big. But I can definitely see the advantage to it. So it's something for me to look at, Shane. It's a good possibility. As I kind of do this and build, I pick up more molds. I got 2 new molds that nobody knows about yet. I've actually got one that I'm saving for a video to do because I did on the Do It Molds website. They started selling these starter kits, and I bought one for the express purpose of doing a video of it. So I'm going to do that. And then I bought another mold that just came in, which will probably, again, be the subject of my next live. I think that'll be cool. It's one that I've been wanting to get for a while. I finally pulled the trigger on it. And I think it'll be pretty useful, especially down here. I'm excited to take them out to Donkey Land. I think they're going to do great. So the next live I do will probably be showcasing that new mold. And yeah, I think I'll do some giveaways and stuff when it comes to that. Let's see. Chris wants to help people buy my jigs. Website's coming. I'm working on the website. For right now, the best way, if you're really interested in something, is to email me. My email is in my About section. And hold up. I did do a little bit of homework here. Boom. Look at that. Okay, so there's my email going across the bottom of the screen. If it's something you're interested in doing, I still got to put together a whole price list and everything. Because, again, I'm not trying to get rich, but I also need to make a few bucks. And with the prices doing what they do, it's kind of tough to keep a price. I want to do at least like a 2023 pricing and keep it for a while. You ever made grouper jigs? For the life of me, I forget the heads. Have split rings. No, I've never made any saltwater jigs really, but I do make one called a freestyle jig that if I just tied some buck hair to it, you wouldn't really know the difference between that and a freshwater jig, but not specifically for grouper. I've never fished specifically for grouper before. Let's see what we got. Eagle Claw's good stuff. They really are. They get a bad rap because they're sold at Walmart, but they actually do make a quality hook. I think now that Walmart's starting to sell 6 cents and some of the other brands, it's taking some of the stigma off, I think. But yeah, Eagle Claw makes great stuff. In fact, I got a killer deal on these hooks for some of those crappy jigs. And they're fantastic. I've already tried them out. And what I do is I actually hook one end into a vise and I tie a knot to the other end and I pull and see how it takes to open these hooks up. And I got a killer deal on them. The thing is, they're bronze, and a lot of people don't like the look of a bronze hook. The plastic covers most of it, so I don't see what the big deal is, but it's something I'll be able to offer at a really good price because I got a really good price on them. Post link go, change to the laptop. Okay. I think that worked. Yeah, he is. And, I'm like I said, that's a mold I could definitely consider getting into. The trocar hooks, yeah, I actually there's a jig that I don't have yet, but it's on my to-do list that uses specifically trocar hooks, and they do make some good ones. In fact, my wacky rig hooks, the ones that I prefer, are the trocar. Good ones. In fact,
what's up, Joe?
What's up, buddy? Is that on my end?
Yep, that's you, and put you on big screen. I'm just going to read chat.
What's up, Joe? What's up, buddy? Is that on my end?
Yeah, turn your phone off. And put you on big screen. I'm just going to read chat.
Now I can't hear anything. Hold on.
On my end? Yeah, turn your phone off. And put you on big screen. I'm just going to read chat. Mute your YouTube. Yeah, turn your phone off.
Am I still
Mute your YouTube.
I appreciate you guys putting up with this while I figure this out how to do it. I appreciate you guys putting up with this while I figure this out how to do it.
appreciate you guys putting up with the noise. I appreciate you guys putting up with the noise.
I'm really not sure what the feedback problem is just yet. I'm working on that. I don't know if that's on my end or what.
You got it, Joe.
We're good now? Okay. What I did was I turned off my YouTube side completely, so now I can no longer see the YouTube side, but that shouldn't be that big a deal.
All right, Brent, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine. Everybody else
Bring you up on big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Just bring you up on big screen and just knock me, put me where it's small, and I'll just read chat and you go to work. Get you.
Make it sound like I know what I'm doing.
There's like a picture of a big giant screen. Click on that one.
That one?
Yeah, there's a way to go bigger, I think, but that don't work. There you go.
Okay, so do that, and you will.
I'm gonna read.
Be my silent partner in the background.
I'm gonna read chat and try to keep you up, and you get some work done. How about that?
Oh, that works perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, I'm just gonna start with right here. I'm at the Outdoor Conquest at Perfect. That's where I'm gonna start reading.
Well, that's a good place to start. It's a perfection, isn't it?
Perfection. How about a thumbs up? Everybody hears me all right? Everything good?
Mm-hmm. Make some of these football swing heads because I've got some EWGs to send Ted's way. I got some crappy jigs to send Ted's way, and I want to get some of these.
That's right, James. You just talk, Joe. I won't tell you nothing unless it's. How about if it's just pointed mainly at you?
No worries, man.
And we'll kind of let you get some talking done, and I'll keep them quiet in here.
That's fine. I said I'm really just kind of making some of these. I want to get them Ted's way. And these football swing jigs are pretty great anyway. That's okay, James. See, that's okay. Whatever the reason is.
No problem, RWA. You might have won something. It was a good time.
That was a great time.
And JB says football swing jigs, swing heads is what I meant for the grouper jig / rigs.
Oh, was it really? Okay. Yeah. Then, I guess I do make those. Now, I can make them with a split ring to where some people ask me if they can make it so they can put their own hook on it, and I can, but you'll almost need to put 2 split rings on to get the hook facing in the right direction. Let's see, I have one. Yeah, because as you can see here, if you can see here, let's see how it just swings right off of that. So if we were to put a split ring on there, the hook would kind of be turned, the wrong way. So you have to put 2 split rings on to get the hook to face the way you want it. Might interfere with hookup ratio.
And Bayou Buck can't stick around. He's just saying hello, Buck.
What's up, buddy?
And Glenn is whining because only 3 people won on SWC. That's why we're going to start calling him No Win Glenn. And Jailbait says, I think they are called ball jigs.
I'll have to look into it. I am far from a masturbator. I've been waiting so long to say that. So I don't know at all.
That's not what I read at that rest area on 95 down there near Doc's house.
Well, it depends on which bathroom stall you're in, John.
That's right. But there's a lot of people named Joe.
That's true. It is far from an original name, that's for sure.
Oh, you just wait till our premiere this afternoon. It's full of Joes.
I did. That's your helicopter pilot buddy, right?
Yes, sir, Mr. Joe.
That's going to be awesome.
And Glenn saying he really don't care. He loves busting my chops. And, of course, we know that, Glenn. If I really thought you cared, I might give a crap. But I don't, and you don't. So we got a great relationship. Yeah, we got a great relationship. We worked it out just fine. What are you doing there, Joe?
I'm pulling one of these football swing jigs, and I got to cut the sprue off. If you cut it just right, it's got a nice flat bottom on it. But if you do it wrong, you burn your hand. Let's see.
Yes, Mom, I agree. Mom is covering her ears. That just kind of got forgotten.
Yeah, no, it's like I said. She's a smart woman. She knows. There's not a whole lot of. She knows.
Well, you got here somehow. I'm sure she knows. But yeah,
That's exactly right.
so you cut the end off the lead there. What, cleaning up the head?
Yeah, pretty much. That's just the extra little piece that pops out on top of these jigs. The part where the lead pours into.
Right.
In most cases, it's pretty useless.
And I'm assuming it goes back into the smelting pot.
Right back into the pot. Yeah, there's very little waste.
And anybody thinking about it, I have already texted with Joe and done every smelting accident joke there is. So no need to start those.
Pretty much.
Yes, we called him lead member for a little while. So.
No.
All I'm thinking about is closing down my channel today and going out and spending this $100 in Amazon cards.
Speaking of which, if you were in here now and you won last night, make sure you email SWC.
And anybody that's in here that did, I'm sure I got everybody's. I got so many emails. I replied to a couple and a couple. I mean, like I said, this week we'll get them all sent out.
Cool. Yeah, let me know where I got to send mine.
And Ted wants to know, do you file those like to smooth them up if needed?
Absolutely. In fact, it's almost always needed.
Because, we know. I'm sorry.
I usually do that right before the painting process.
Because we know here one little burr is a piece of hydrilla.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
All right, Chris said, LOL, it's a keeper. Put that in the skin box. I'm not sure, Joe. You go with that however you think. And don't try to reread it. I read it exactly how it was written.
Okay. I don't know. I lost that one.
All right, Glenn, you email me the information for the boat. There are plenty of boats around Okeechobee. I can get dirt cheap. Oh, don't think if I had to make the ultimate joke, I wouldn't get one. You'd have to come pick it up. But Joe's saying gold. I mean, Chris is saying gold member.
Yeah, I've been called worse, especially by Chris and everybody else in that chat. Not a big deal.
The funny thing is Joe is from Holland. Isn't that weird?
Huh?
That's from Gold Member. And that whole scene, he goes, I'm from Holland. Isn't that weird? Come on, keep up with your Gold Members here.
Come on, man. I'm inhaling a lot of lead fumes right now.
Hey, don't be making everybody jealous. Does this mean we can all be lead heads now and follow you around everywhere you go? And
well, I almost called this whole thing "Get the Lead Out," but I decided just to go with live jig making.
I was going with the Grateful Dead road,
Yeah, that's before my time, and gratefully.
Gratefully, I see what you did there.
I try. Yeah, so like here's on the football jigs that I just poured. I'll take a file, and then this file where I cut it, just file it off flat. And this is the part where, sorry, Mom, I'm not wearing any PPE, because this is most people who get lead issues, it's from ingesting them. That's why I don't have anything to eat out here, nothing to drink out here while I'm doing all this, because you don't want to ingest any of that. It can be pretty bad stuff.
And did you say PEP or PPE?
PPE is what I meant to say. Did I say something else?
No, what does that stand for?
Personal protective equipment.
Oh, see, I was thinking personal eye protection, so I thought you meant PEP.
No, I have my eyes. They're over there, and I got welder's gloves over there. I have it all. I'm just not wearing it.
And sunglasses on your hat. You are a Floridian.
I could put them on, but you know who I'm messing with when I do that.
Reminds me of Jailbait.
Okay, that's not where I was going with that, but all right.
I know he'll rock the big dark glasses. You never know if he's looking at you on screen. He might be dozing off.
Yeah, I do that on my fishing videos on purpose sometimes.
And Ted throwing up his red triangle. That almost seems like anti-triangle.
Ted's got something going on when he tries to do a triangle.
He does. He's got a little. I think it's that northern thing that pulls your thumbs down. Oh, and look at me holding my hands up to the camera.
I can put you on screen. In fact, I'd be happy to do it.
No. I just don't do it by surprise. Is all I ask.
That's all right. You got your camera turned off. You're good.
See, that's what's cool, man. Is I could chat and be on here, and nobody, I can do what I please. So it's good.
Oh, well, good. Do what you. Let me know. How loud is this? Is this obnoxious?
Not at all, Joe.
No, you hear? That's fine.
I am way more obnoxious than that damn heat gun.
All right, I'm going to paint one of these.
Oh, I'm just glad you needed help because Lindia went to the grocery store and I'm sure I should be doing some chores. But when she comes home and I'm helping Joe, baby, and she was in here earlier, so she probably knows I'm helping you, and that's all good.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad I can get you out of doing chores.
And yes, Glenn, that's true. I don't know what you mean. See, that was a random comment, and I know you mean that I'm way more obnoxious than that heat gun. I know that's what you're answering. Because we have that thing, remember?
All right, painting these things has got to be my favorite part. Look how quick. Let's put a really decent finish on that thing.
So you what, painted it and then just heated it up with the heat gun?
Yeah, heat up the lead, get it nice and warm. You dip it in the powder paint, and then back over the heat. And then you can cure. A lot of people do cure them in like a toaster oven for a little while.
Right.
The ones I sell, I will do that. For my personal use jigs, I don't. It's a giant waste of time. I will generally lose a jig before the missing paint bothers me.
Oh, look at that. I told you it worked, Joe. Lindia wrote, nope, you're fine. You know it. Joe is our favorite. And Chris wrote, Ted, the triangle is pointing up to us here in PA. To a select few, Chris.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, don't just be handing out triangle spots.
Yes, they don't just come that easy. Well, that's pretty cool, Joe. You made the triangle decals, and a bunch of them went out are going to go out from last night.
No, that was the point of them.
That's what you told me, so I went through that stack. You did about the right amount.
It's hard to beat those sticker mule deals, you know?
It's pretty good. Woke up today. Oh, very good. I want you to talk about your paint. So it's what, double dipped?
Oh, no, that's a whole new one.
Oh, okay. I missed it. Sorry, I was talking.
All good. Watermelon red flake. It's actually got a bunch of red glitter right here in the powder.
And who makes your powder, Joe?
It's mainly ProTech powder paint, but a lot of the brands, like this is from a distributor, and they got their own. It's the same stuff. There's basically only 3 or 4 out there on the market. They got one that's got like a rubberized coating. It's called Stardust, and I haven't played with that yet.
And Chris says it looks good.
Cool.
And yeah. Joe, your molds hanging there make me think you're like getting ready to get you a fountain drink. Does anybody else
figure out a way to hang more?
Does anybody in the chat think that looks like a fountain drink dispenser? Or some soft serve? I was hoping it was soft serve.
That would be nice, a soft serve machine.
Glenn picked number 23. Does he win?
I think it was between 1 and 1, wasn't it?
I'm not sure, but I figure his random 23 meant he was trying to win something.
That one got a good amount of flake on the head of that one.
Oh, that is a nice thick one.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Do you ever have to double dip them or anything, or does one time cover it good?
Generally, one time covers it. It depends. When I do like a chartreuse jig or something, I'll usually give it a coat of white first and then hit the chartreuse over the top of it.
And we know somebody that loves anything that's chartreuse. Chartreuse.
Char.
That's a funny word, but Jimmy Houston and Lindia, they both love that word you said, chartreuse.
Chartreuse. I don't know if I have anything for Lindy. I mean, I have the weighted hooks. I got that mold.
And Shane agrees with the soft serve, and Lindia said, yep. Look at her. We've been married too long when Lindia is commenting, yep.
Oh, at least she didn't say cool.
No, then it'd be, I know she's leaving if she's, cool means that's my last comment.
Exactly right. Until you think of something else you forgot to say before.
Or somebody says something I just got to respond to. But Mr. Jailbait wants to know, do the eyelets get closed off by the paint during dipping?
Sometimes. Yep. And I have a nice sharp pointy thing to fix that problem. And that's the other part with baking them too, is that some pigments are heavier than others and they'll actually droop and cover the eye. And once it's baked and cured, breaking that paint is a nightmare. I mean, it really does strengthen the paint a lot. The only reason I don't do it is I'll lose a jig head or change colors before I care about the paint chipping off the thing.
And some of us know that drooping comes with age. It's why the blue snowball will probably be in the frame if you do this for a year or two.
I'm actually surprised it isn't already. But I got the joke. I got the joke.
And James said that chartreuse is a hard word for a Louisiana boy to spell.
It's hard for anybody to spell.
That's the only time I don't cuss spell check. I can get close.
So I just read it off the jar. Makes life easier. But I am trying to get some hot pinks and like this is a chartreuse yellow. I want to get a chartreuse green for the crappy jigs.
And Glenn, I saw you say "dang it" when you didn't win. He retracted it, but too late.
Oh, did he on my end? I still see it.
Yep.
You know.
See, you got to remember that on your end. You see, hang on. Well, you're not looking, but emojis. The YouTube emojis are spelled out. It doesn't show the emoji.
Okay, but just the YouTube ones, right? I saw you guys posted some earlier, and I could
right. See, that's like last night when I would post my pink hand. I wouldn't see my comment.
No, I had to turn my YouTube end off to kill some of that echo.
Yeah, you're good. And yes, Glenn, chartreuse spelled SHARTROOSE is close enough.
That's how I'm going to spell it on the website when I put it for sale, actually.
And JB wants to know, you ever tried to type hydro dipping? But no, every time I go to a couple places, it takes me to hydro dipping, so I probably know where we're going with this.
No, I do know what you're talking about, and I did think that'd be cool. I wanted to actually take all the plastic interior out of my Challenger and hydro dip it with like some skulls or something. But
I thought that's what the hot pink you were just talking about.
The hot pink.
Yeah, you were talking about getting some hot pink, and I thought that was the hydro dip for your inside of your Challenger.
Oh yeah, exactly, because that's the Challenger color right there. It's the hot pink. I took that thing down Donkeyland Road. That's more than most would have done with it. It does make me miss my truck.
Glenn makes me laugh. He said his service was lagging, so he thought his dang looked kind of random. I figured it out, Chris. I'm a pro at this. I can keep up with 4 conversations. The 5th one, I'm out there. Who knows what I'm talking about? See, I grew up, remember back like in the 90s, we all played computer games, and it was all about chat and chat rooms, and you had to learn how to type things to make people notice you in that group of damn wackos.
Yeah, I think I got AOL in high school.
Well, not that kind of chat. I mean, it would be more gaming stuff, but
I was never a big gamer. Still, I have Tetris, but
if you want to hang out on AOL, Joe, you go right ahead and make jigs on AOL.
Hey, wherever I can make them, right?
I can't hardly play a video game without hearing a damn 56K hookup sound. That.
Yeah, we had some bad pipes in my old place, and I went to go turn the tub on, and my daughter's like covering her ears, and I'm like, hey, that's what the internet used to sound like, because it did that loud screeching, noise. And
I was a big pimper. I was one of the first guys that got cable when gaming started. Oh, I had the best connection as everybody for a little while.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't say I've tried. I bought a PlayStation 2 or something like that back in the day, and I was playing one game, and I just couldn't seem to get out of this one corner. The camera mode was going up and down. I'm just not a gamer.
I can't play with a controller. I mean, seriously, but like a keyboard. And
right.
I'm a bad man on Call of Duty Mobile right now. I mean, Canned Hammer is a bad man.
Well, if any gamers are in the chat,
bring it. He's easy to find.
And my daughter likes the keyboard games.
All right, let's get back to your conversation. What are you doing now, Joe? Then I'll read JB's comment.
Not a thing. Just talking to you and looking at the chat.
All right, JB asks, what are the molds made of that the lead does not stick to the mold? Which is an excellent question.
They are made from aluminum. In fact, I'm glad they're made from aluminum because there's a couple that I want to modify, and that'll be a cool video. If you saw the video, and if not, you just saw me do it. I put this block of wood down. That was to hold the hook from falling off. I just got some magnets ordered that are coming in the mail, and I'm going to try to mill out the aluminum and install the magnets permanently, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Well,
we'll see. It'll be a great video. Modify your do-it mold. That title should gain some views for sure.
Till the magnet draws all the glitter out of your stuff.
I don't think it works that way.
You never know.
You're going to
end up with just a plain worm and a glittery butted hook on there.
Yeah, you never know. That could work.
You never know. I mean, I guess it would have to suck it off the head, but that would be after the fact. So you'd be all right.
You realize what you just said in this chat, right?
No, I'm not even thinking about it. Let's just move on. I'm not here. You don't see me, so actually I am not here.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
Chris,
no, I
that's
think
a
that'll be
great
great.
idea.
I think it will be great. It's not an original idea. I have seen it done before. It's just something I want to try. I'm never really worried about it, but I think it's something I'm going to try because it'll definitely pick up the process a little bit when I do go to make these more for sale. Thanks for the vote of confidence, buddy. Appreciate it, Ted. So somebody's coming your way, Ted. Those Ned rigs are going to come your way. I don't know if you have a Ned rig bait, but those are going to come your way. And then the football heads. I'll paint one of them up too. And I'm a little, I wasn't quite prepared. I wasn't sure what to do for this yet. But next time I do this, I will definitely have some giveaways of the baits. Maybe whatever you win, you get to pick what color I make them. I'll just make them right there on the spot for you or something like that.
Well, if you're talking that, how about let's see what kind of molds you got hanging there? What kind of things can you kick out?
Oh, I can kick out a bunch of different things right now. Let's see. There is the Midwest Finesse, which do I have any over here? I don't have any of them. They're basically the regular standard Ned rig. But give me a sec. I'll get one.
Haha, caught him off guard.
You did. Okay, so there you go. That is your standard Ned head. Everybody's seen one of those if you fished a Ned head. If I can make those, I can make the EWG
Oh,
one.
slow down. And you call that one a what?
Just a Ned rig head, Ned head.
You don't have a name. You don't have a name for it. Anything? Just a Ned head.
Just a Ned head. I haven't. With the way Ted names his things, it kind of got me thinking I should probably name. Give them a little more of a Parabellum specific name. I'll work on that.
Yeah, we should. That should be a Ted head, then.
The Ted head.
Yes.
And then there's the EWG version. Same bait for fishing with it, but this one is a lot more weedless than the open hook design, obviously. You could basically Texas rig whatever plastic you're going to put on this.
And you can do that because of why that hook is different in what way?
Well, can you see the bend by the lead?
Yes.
That allows you to Texas rig a plastic. Give me just one sec.
And James is like a Ned bomb.
I don't know a Ned bomb. Here, see, now you are catching me off guard here. But
I think he's talking about a name for it, a Ned bomb.
a Ned bomb. Ah, that's a pretty good name. I like that. I like it.
And that way the bass, can do. You drop the bomb on me. See, we got it. We got your commercial all figured out.
When I was making the crankbaits, I had my my name on the bottom of them.
Speaking of which, what about those crankbaits last night that have the from Sammy's Baits, I believe, that had the Bogley emblem on them?
Yep, those are pretty tight. I'm expecting one coming my way shortly, I believe.
Those are big pimping.
Yes, they are.
Manatee pimping there now.
He won't be ordering from Amazon.
It's nice. I guess we could, that's what did I say earlier? Micro Machine Gun Kelly.
Micro Machine Gun Kelly, yep. Do not elaborate in case my mom is still in here.
Oh, dude, a lot of those aren't bad. Only we know what a lot of that means. So.
That's true. Okay, let me show you the difference here. That was actually a really cool, give me a cool option. So I just rigged a couple plastics. That is your standard Midwest Finesse, your standard Ned rig that everybody else has ever fished. Exposed hook, about a 3-inch bait. It's going to work. It's going to be killer. It's going to catch literally everything. I've caught any species I have down here. I've caught on that. Problem is it gets snagged on freaking everything. So that's the exact same bait, rigged pretty much the exact same way, except weedless because of that bend in that hook. And that's what makes these so much more popular.
And let me catch you up. Jailbait likes Nedzilla's, but I like RWA Fishing's idea. Super Bowl themed football jigs would be awesome.
Oh, I see. So like team colors on the football jigs?
Or maybe like classic Super Bowl, like back when, the Redskin days and the Packer, one from the Packer era and one, try to pick out like classic series of Super Bowls, and then God, these new ones would get bad. I mean, I'm sorry, but stick with the older Super Bowls.
No, you're not wrong. Actually, it would be pretty cool. I actually do have a regular football jig mold, and I can make the skirts in like gold and black or blue and white, different NFL team colors. That it wouldn't Wouldn't be NFL enough to get sued, but NFL enough.
If you never called it Super Bowl, you could call it. I mean, we could come up with something better,
Yeah, big game jigs or something like that.
And see, you're not monetized today, so we can say Super Bowl.
Oh, we say whatever we want now. Oh yeah.
Isn't
Like I
that
said, we
bad?
can say subscribe too.
That aggravates me to listen to the radio or something, and the guy, come by to the big game.
Right. I don't understand why they hurt their own promotion so much.
And Ted said he has got I hope he means a bad bait mold on order, but he said a bed bait.
He said a Ned bait. Yeah, one of these style worms.
Oh, a Ned bait. Okay,
Yeah.
not a bed bait.
Yeah, probably one of these style worms.
Ted, that's what I was called back in my younger dating days, by the way.
Let's see if Buck was in here, he would have said that was his stripper name.
And Chris says, Joe, I want to buy some of those Ned bombs with the EWG hooks.
Okay. Those I do have down. Those are a 5-pack for $6, and then whatever actual shipping is what you'll pay.
Anybody wanting to order, let Joe. I mean, he's working it all out, but you just send him an email, and he will make something happen.
Pretty much. I'm not going to leave money on the table, but at the same point in time, I need to get a lot more of it figured out first. But yeah, definitely hit me up. The email's on the bottom there.
You're not a big bait company, but $20 is $20.
That's right. And for right now, too, I have a pretty good range of colors. Let's see. So here's an example of the chartreuse.
And all colors matter.
All colors matter. You guys saw it, a watermelon red. That's what I was doing before with the Neds. Here's a regular green pumpkin.
Those are nice when they're all done like that. That's a slick color.
Yeah, they got that nice shine to them also. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Let's see. This one's called Copperhead.
Oh, I've been down that road.
That's a pretty neat color. And then I got some that I'll actually do on my swim jigs. I'll actually do like a white with a blue on the top and like a yellow stripe for like a sexy shad kind of a pattern with a sexy shad skirt.
And Lindia just came in and she said, walking through the grocery store, everybody would just kind of walk by and look over at her purse because it was us just blaring walking through the grocery store. The whole time, she said.
Redhead and silver-ish. Red, I definitely do have. Red actually looks awesome, too. It's called Ruby Slipper. It's actually a really cool-looking color.
Oh, my pretty.
And your little dog, too.
And he said 16 ounce. 16 ounce.
Okay. Well, just because I want to show off that color.
And we're dealing here. Come on now. Order. Let's get these orders in here.
Well, email me because, I will forget.
This is the big game weekend sale at Parabellum Fishing.
Oh, that's right. That is this weekend, isn't it?
That is. I didn't think about it. Y'all said RWA said something. And there's no sale. We put the SELL in SALE. Let's bring it.
Sure.
There you go, Joe. Oh, isn't that a nice ruby red?
That's the red, yeah, and I'll slap some eyes in that for you too, James.
And JB wants to know, do people still use rim weights from auto rims to use a meltable lead, or is it a different type of lead? I think it's about a junk lead now, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's garbage now. Yeah, you got to get it's not worth what it takes to make them usable. I used to use those as a kid. Yeah, like I was saying before, we'd melt them down to make bullets, my dad and I. That was good lead back then.
And David Williams loves the red.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I love the red too. That was a really great color. They make a lot of Z-Man makes a lot of like Ned rig baits that actually go real well with that red too. But yeah, I'll make some of those up for you, James, in red and silver-ish. I don't really have a silver. I have a smoke color.
Take down James's comment, Joe, while you're sitting there.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. I'm just helping you out.
That one up.
Yep, there you go.
I'll put that one up to say thank you, David. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, and Joe, we have an audio guest at the moment. Say hello, audio guest.
Hello, audio guest.
Hello, Captain Lindia.
Hi, Joe.
She's still not used to hearing that yet, huh?
It sounds like it's going great.
Well, I haven't been thrown off the internet yet, so I guess it's going okay.
Oh, I hadn't got started yet, Joe. Would you like me to step it up a little bit?
No, I figure we'll wait until you put yourself on screen for that. We'll have a good
Yeah, I'm
time.
not. I'm not, and I don't want to get thrown off till my premiere at 3:45. So after that,
There
you know,
you go.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube world.
YouTube
missed
world.
that.
There you go.
Ah,
And that's cool, Joe. You're wearing We the People, and I'm wearing my Killer Kami shirt.
all right.
No, kicking Kami arse. Excuse me.
A throat punch a commie for mommy. I think I have that one somewhere.
Yeah, and Lindy brought me a scratch off. I'm trying to win big bucks right here in your live.
You will. You will. You always do. You are the king of scratch offs for some reason.
I am, but it ain't looking good yet. I'm one number away.
That's because you're talking to me, and I'm bad luck when it comes to scratch offs.
That's what it is. Your bad juju bled through.
Sorry about that.
10.
Oh, Lindy won 10, and she can hear you. So X-nay on the bad juju.
There we go.
Okay,
I'm fond of you.
Back to business. How far along on that row of molds were we? We went through football jigs.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. We got those two Ned rigs. Right. We got the swim bait head, which I have some poured. Hold up.
Yes, let's check out Mr. Swimbait Head. Another nickname of mine from high school. Oh, those are cool. I like the slide on it. So your bait goes up under that, or does that poke into your plastic?
No, the plastic will actually sit above that.
It'll slide on the bottom along that.
Right. Like the plastic will, you'll be able to see that whole piece of lead sticking out.
Right, I'm saying, but that prong out's kind of like a little deflector on the bottom there.
Right. It also helps the way it falls. It's almost like a Demiki by the way it falls. Pretty neat. I got to paint them up.
I don't speak foreign languages.
Everybody else in here does. You're okay.
Oh, welcome. Whoa, Joe. Welcome, Doc, from Coastal Fever.
How you doing, Doc? We were all thinking about you last night, buddy.
We're still thinking about you. Been thinking about you all day, brother.
Our hearts are with you, bud. You and Jen.
Hope all is well, dude. Thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it.
And Jailbait's asking, please ask Joe about where he gets his eyes for jig heads and what brands does he prefer?
I basically get them where I can find them. They're really all over the place. There's actually one on eBay that are actually pretty decent. Amazon has a bunch. I've ordered them from 6 cents before. The only ones I'd stay away from are the cheapest ones you can find. Don't buy them. Spend a couple bucks on them and they're worth it.
So you get what you pay for in jigs as well.
You really do, yeah. For all of it, you do. And if somebody's watching this with the intention of trying to do it, stay off of Amazon. Almost everything jig related on Amazon is crazy expensive. These jars of paint are around $7 a piece. Anywhere you go, they're $15-20 on Amazon.
Remember that winners of the Amazon cards last night. Do not buy jig stuff.
That's right. Here's another one. This will be a swim jig when it's done.
Well, that's nice too.
Yeah, it'll actually have a brush guard in it and a skirt and all that good stuff when that one's done.
Right.
Then I got those crappy jigs you saw. I've got a much.
Okay, whoa, Joe. My phone right now just popped up something about why shopping on Amazon, and it clicked off where I could read it all. But we just mentioned Amazon, and it literally just flashed across my phone about shopping on Amazon. So
the machines, buddy, they're going to take over.
I'm telling you, I swear. I mean, that could be coincidental, but that could be voice recognition.
That's sorry. More than likely voice recognition. More than likely.
Is that why Chris always talks about midgets?
Was that in the chat or is that you?
That was in the chat, Joe. Don't read it. Just believe me. Just believe somebody else said that.
I believe you.
And JB said it's that daggum Chinese balloons.
Yeah. You notice how that thing didn't fly over Florida, right? We would have taken that thing out of the sky pretty quick.
I think that was just some Asian kid's science project and it got away.
Well, you remember Balloon Boy years ago? And that
Balloon Boy. I hadn't thought about Balloon Boy in a while.
No, that whole thing was a hoax. Maybe the Chinese balloons are too.
Too bad it was Bubble Boy, not Balloon Boy.
No, I thought it was Balloon Boy. He flew away in a balloon. Bubble Boy was that movie with the guy with the chin.
Good explanation. The gay goat roper guy.
You know what I'm talking about. I think the guy with the chin was pretty obvious.
Isn't he the Brokeback Mountain guy? I'm pretty sure same guy.
Hold on, we got another question here real quick. Do you make crappie jigs without bait keepers and no collar?
He hand tied.
Yes, I can absolutely do it without. In fact, it's a whole lot easier doing it without. The only reason I keep them on is to hold the plastic, and that's one of Ted's slab bombs all rigged up on them. But let me bust out that crappie jig I showed off earlier, just so you can see what we're talking about. But yeah, I can absolutely make them. They don't have a collar on them anyway. It's just whether or not I put the keeper on them.
And JB has a question. Does Joe's jig heads come with a guaranteed fish catch amount?
Yes, I'm guaranteed that you'll cast them. That's about it. You've watched my videos lately. You know I'm not catching any fish, so I can't help anybody else do it. But all right, so let's see.
Okay, Bogley, you get. Oh, that is cool there.
So that's the jig, and he's asking if I can do it without that bait keeper, and I absolutely can.
And Bogley's asking about the Balchinian on Men in Black.
What about him?
Oh, wait a minute. Glenn is saying apparently they shot down some kind of unmanned aircraft the size of a car over Alaska.
Really? I hadn't heard that. I don't watch the news much.
Yeah, Lindy heard it too, she said apparently.
Okay.
I saw JJ Drones was upset about losing one of his big drones, so maybe that was it. Well, it might be you're the one who told me every time you get a drone, you like fly it once, right?
Oh, I can't even get mine to fly. That's the thing. I can either get it to take pictures or fly, one of the two. I won't seem to do both at the same time.
And Nick said perfect. Okay, back to business. What mold are we on now?
I don't know. Didn't we get them already?
I don't know.
The swing bait head, the weedless finesse, the Midwest finesse, the two different sizes of the crappie jigs, the football swing jig, which I made up, the weighted hook jigs, which I showed off, I believe, the tube jigs, which we talked about, and for right now, that's all I have. Like I said, I have two more that I just haven't announced yet, because one will be in a video with the Do It Molds starter kit, and the other one will probably be, again, the focus of my next live, where I'll do nothing but mold those and give a bunch away.
Very cool. And did you, I may have missed it earlier getting ready. Did you discuss like your lead that you use to melt, your little smelting pot there?
I didn't. If anybody's interested, it's a Lee smelting pot. The majority of the lead that I use, we were talking about bullets and stuff earlier, a good buddy of mine who knows, I'm a big gun guy, came across a whole bunch of lead projectiles at a yard sale, I think it was, and he snagged them up real cheap and handed them to me. Everything I could use that was jacketed or calibers that I like, I kept for reloading. All the rest of them turned into the jigs that I sell for the most part.
And that's what, a jig per projectile there, at least?
Pretty much. I mean, it really depends. I mean, yeah, that's probably a 3/8. I mean, it's a 380, right? So it's probably a 3/8 ounce jig. What's cool about them is that a lot of these have got this little, if you can see it, that little ring on the inside of that has a bead of wax on the inside, which is helpful when you're hand loading. What's great about that is the wax helps clean the lead when you put it in the smelter.
Very cool.
You get a little shot of fire and you can scrape all the junk off the top. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty rare that I'll buy like lead ingots or something, because again, the cost of lead is so expensive right now.
That's what I was going to ask. How much waste floats out? Like, say you're smelting a pot of those in the jar. How much waste comes to the top? Just a guess. I mean,
not a whole lot. I mean, I'd probably scrape it off. If I fill the pot, I'll probably scrape a 1/4 inch thick off the top of junk. And it's pure junk. Nothing else you can do with it. I scrape it. I put it in a little cookie tin, and then dispose of it when we have our hazardous disposal days.
Right. And Jailbait wants to know, can the lead from certain types of old cast nets be used?
Absolutely. I've used it before. The only problem is you got to make sure it's incredibly dry, because any little bit of water will cause these things to explode. But yeah, I've done that. I actually snagged a cast net while fishing once, and at first was annoyed that I got snagged, but then I realized they actually had the old lead sinkers on them. So I pulled the whole thing up pretty excited and pulled in a bunch of lead.
Well, very cool. And where did you get the cool Parabellum Hot Stuff banner at?
Vistaprint.
Vistaprint. There's a plug for Vistaprint.
There you go.
And do
lead is hot.
Do you keep like most of your supplies on hand? Like if somebody ordered some, like you said, and needed them quick, do you pretty much have your stuff there ready to roll?
Oh yeah. I got this whole little cart over here, and all these little drawers that are in here are all full of all the different hooks. So yeah, for the most part, if I make it, I have it here.
Very cool.
Yep. Now I do have a day job and a family, so I don't just jump on it right away. But I can find time, like during like one day after work kind of thing, to make up a bunch. It doesn't take that incredibly long until I start getting into like the swim jigs. Those take a while because I got glue, and anything with eyes, I got to let the glue cure before I seal them and all that stuff.
And just anybody worried, Doc is not in charge of shipping out Parabellum fishing baits.
Why did somebody say that? That's not good.
No, yeah, somebody said it, Joe. Just don't look; it's there. See, I like this, Betsy. If you wouldn't look at the chat at all, this would be great. I could just.
I am looking just because I got nothing going on right now.
I know, but I was wishing you weren't because I just realized I could just make up random things. Like, wow, Joe, Doc just said your baits suck or whatever I wanted to say.
You could say that. Well,
Glenn said, here in a couple hours, some deer in Arkansas are going to get lead poisoning. Wow, y'all still
pick up the lead for me.
Y'all still shooting deer in Arkansas. And Doc wrote, use code Joe is a bad Ars15 for a discount on Vistaprint.
I don't think that'll work. But I like it.
I was saying like Jose, and I couldn't figure, but it's Joe. Joe is a
jig head hat hook.
Oh, did I miss one?
Yeah, jailbait. Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. I don't know. I'm sure with enough, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm sure I can probably figure something out.
Well, why could you not like get a box of hat hooks, and all you got to do is figure out a way to get it in the end of a jig mold?
Pretty much.
Yeah, Bogley be all over the hat hooks. Him and JB, they love those. And I have yet to find somewhere where the damn hats are biting. I hadn't got to use mine yet.
I keep putting it on. It keeps falling off.
And Joe, can I tell a quick little short story from my life that's too long to type, and you probably hadn't got to hear it?
I would love it.
Our daughter, her future in-law, mother-in-law, and brother came into town. My daughter accepted the marriage proposal.
Congratulations.
So she asked, could they borrow the pontoon? We have, how Okeechobee is. You have all these canals and stuff. You could just ride around all the neighborhoods.
Right.
So she wanted to borrow that, take mother-in-law out. And I'm like, very cool, very cool. You can do that. A little worried, but I knew she had it.
Mm.
So took it to the ramp, launched it for her. Man, that girl was so proud, driving off, everybody taking video, she was just happy. So they get done with that. They come home, and I guess she's all pumped up. They decide they're mowing the grass. They live a few roads away from us.
Okay.
So future son-in-law comes over here and borrows my extra push mower like they do every week, and my blower and my weed eater, which is about 2 weeks old. Okay. Let's remember this. My daughter lives on one of those said canals that they drove pontoon through. Apparently, your son-in-law is on the concrete seawall, weed eating. It's like a platform. Sets the weed eater down to carry something out of his way. And we all know how we have used weed eaters. When you set them on the driveway, them bad boys will walk all the way down the driveway on you. So my weed eater walked its way to the edge of the seawall and just went for a little swim in the canal and just gone.
Nice.
But
2 days old?
Do what?
You said it was brand new, right?
2 weeks old.
Nice.
But future son-in-law went down there and tried to get it, and they called, and I said, don't worry about it if you can't hook it or nothing. Apparently, daughter had enough of that and got her like a broom and a clothes hanger and this and that. And my daughter pulled my weed eater out, took it to the neighbor who works on cars, and they got my weed eater back running.
Nice.
So, yeah, I just thought that was a pretty cool story. But yeah, you should have heard future son-in-law when he had to call me and say, your weed eater I borrowed? I was like, yep. He goes, it's gone.
Yeah, it's probably not something you want to say to the future father-in-law.
Oh yeah. But they did good.
Good.
And everybody's in here. Thank you, Ted, for the code. But everybody's talking to Doc. Yes, Doc. We all just thinking of you.
Absolutely, buddy.
Okay. RWA, do you yet have a listing of what you sell? I'll start a weedless jig head purchase.
I will definitely be working on that. That's on my to-do list of getting a full list together, including prices and all that. And then anybody who's interested, it'll be whatever the actual shipping cost is what it'll cost. I'm not trying to make money off of shipping. And I do get a discount with shipping, but it adds up quick.
And I would assume before then, email will get you a long way.
Absolutely, yeah. Shoot me an email. That's why I got it scooting across the bottom. If there's something you're interested in, shoot me an email. The only thing I don't have on hand are like particular skirt colors. So we'll have to work that kind of stuff if you wanted something with a skirt on it. But I do have a bunch of colors. I just don't have everything.
And Joe, since you're not pouring or working, I'm going to step out. I got my premiere in like 14 minutes. I'm going to get ready for that.
Exactly. In fact, I'm going to end it very quickly here anyway. That way people can get ready. I can go grab a cold drink, wash the lead off my hands, and be there for your premiere.
But great live, Joe. And yes, if I'm available, man, it does help when somebody help. Like Ted, poor Ted tries to make stuff and he reads the chat more than he does anything.
Right.
But
no, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for your help. I do appreciate it.
Like you helped us last night. We talked about the triangle sticking together. That's what we do.
There we go. I got to throw one up on my live now.
Yep.
I'll do mine, and then I'll do Ted's triangle thing that he does.
The diamond triangle. I mean, Jailbait says, what quantities does Joe Jigs get sold in?
Depends on the jig. Is the best answer I can give you. Basically, whatever quantity you want. I mean, I'll knock it down to a per jig price if that's what need be. But like the Ned heads are going to be a pack of 5. The weighted hooks will probably be a pack of 3. The football swing jigs will be a pack of 2 or 3. I still got to figure all that out.
And are we going to be looking forward to future Joe jig making lives?
Absolutely. Like I said, the next one is going to definitely be probably the new mold. And I think that one will be fun. I'll try to promote that a little more, and I'll do like a bunch of giveaways throughout the live of the new jigs from the new mold. And
RWA, you couldn't see it, but I gave you the thumbs up. But yeah, that's no problem, dude. How about put a good word in for us while you're there? That will
appreciate it. All right. Yeah, thank you very much, John, and thank you everybody for popping in. I really do appreciate it. I really didn't expect. I don't know how many people I got. It says currently 12, I believe. That's pretty cool. 12, yes, it was pretty good. It flowed right along. Good job, Joe. Well, I'll take it. Well, I thank you guys very much, and thanks for putting up with the struggling through it. But we'll get better as we go, I'm sure. All right, later, guys. I'm out. Later, guys. Thanks, John. I'll see you in your premiere. Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to say thank you and goodbye to everybody else. Again, I really do appreciate it. I need to figure out how to post this to YouTube, and that'll be happening shortly. But thank you very much, everybody, for popping in. Again, my email's scrolling them on there, not just for buying jigs, but something you want to see me do, or maybe a jig you want me to see if I can pick up. Give me a heads up, let me know, and I'm happy to do it. Thank you all very much. Again, I appreciate it. Is Ted still in here? See ya.